Hello guys. Today we're talking about applications of percent. Applications of percent is where we use percents in real life. One of the probably the most common is taxes. Taxes are anywhere you go, pretty much, and your Uncle Sam is always going to get money. Unless you live completely off the grid, you're going to pay some type of tax. Tax is always a percentage of something, whether it's a percentage of what you earn, a percentage of what you buy, a percentage of what you own. Taxes always are based off a percentage, and understanding that helps you save a lot of money, because if you understand how taxes work and the percentages work, you can work it so that you pay less taxes because you understand how it all works. Well, the very simple one that we that you have all probably paid is sales tax. Sales tax is added on to the to buy a shirt at the mall. It doesn't cost $10. You can't, if a shirt costs $9.99, 95% of the time you're going to pay over $10 for it, except tax-free weekend. That's a whole nother discussion though. But sales tax is added on. So if you want to buy a $9.95 shirt, you're going to pay more than $10. So you're going to need to ask your mom for $11. Okay? So here's an example. You want to buy a new pair of white Vans. They are priced at $60 and sales tax is 8%. What is the total cost? So the 6 tax. Okay? So it's going to be the price plus the 8% tax. So to find tax, we're going to set up and then x over 60, because I want to find what is 8% of 60. If I can find what is 8 is. So 8 times 60 is 480 equals 100x. And I will have 4.8 equals x. Now, that's $4.80. Remember, the tax is added onto the total cost, or onto the cost. So my total cost for those Vans would be $64.80. So that's an example of paying sales tax. Tips. When you go eat at a restaurant, it is expected in America to tip the waiter. Most restaurants expect a 20% tip. The more you buy at the restaurant, the more you tip. It is not mandatory, but it is expected to do some type of tip. If the waiter is terrible, you don't tip as much. If the waiter is really good, you tip more. We can talk about more of some of the hints on how to be a good tipper at another time. But tip is added on to the cost of the meal. It's another add. Tax on the meal is 8%, and you also want to leave a 20% tip for customer service. What would be the total cost of the meal? Well, the total cost would be the $31.50, the cost of the meal, plus the 8% tip, plus, tax, 8% tax, plus the 20% tip. So the first thing we're going to figure out is tax. Tax is only calculated on the $31.50, the meal price, not including the tip. We don't want to tax on the tip. So we're going to find the tax by setting up a proportion, and it's going to be $31.50. We want to find out what is 8% of $31.50. And when we do that, we'd have 8 times 31.52 equals 100x. Sorry for not showing my work. Divide by 100, and I get $2.52 for my tax. Now, tip is calculated on the meal price also, not including the tax. And that's one way you can save a little money, not including the tax. So find the tip. To find the tip, we start with the $31.50 again. We get 630 equals 100x, divide by 100, divide by 100. So the tip would be $6.30. Now, to find the total cost, 31.5 plus 6.3 plus the tax, 252. And that comes out to be $40.32. There's my total cost. To find the tip, you find a percentage of the amount of food you purchased. Commission. When you work in sales, you earn commission based on how much you sell. Commission is a percent working in sales get paid to show up, or a low hourly rate, but they can earn more if they that would be, I would get paid commission if more of my students were to pass a test, or a car salesman would get paid commission if he sells more cars. The more work he does, the more he sells for that company, the more the company's going to pay him. Kind of like a bonus, but it's a percentage added to the amount you already earn. So you work at Nike Outlet and make 5% commission on your monthly sales. In the month of August, you sold $975 in merchandise. How much will you earn in commission? Now, whoever this is also going to earn an hourly rate working at Nike, but he's going to earn 5% based on what he sells. So we're going to find, it's not tax, it's commission. We are going to find what is 5% of 975. And I'm going to reduce on this one. I'll make this 1 and this 20. So I really have 975 equals 20x. And then when I divide, I get $48.75 for commission. So $48.75 is how much Nike is going to pay this worker for doing his job. They're going to pay him extra. Obviously, the more he sells, the more he will make. Okay, now let's interest. Okay? Most banks don't pay you a whole lot of interest. An investment can pay you more interest and you can make more money. But what we're talking about is simple interest. When you borrow money, you must pay back the amount you borrow. Simple interest is a fixed percent of the principal. The principal is the original amount of money borrowed or invested. Interest is I equals P R. P is principal. R is rate, and it has to be a decimal. And T is time, and that has to be years. So this question doesn't specify, but it says a simple interest rate rate as a decimal, so 3,500 times 0.023 times the time is 1 year. Okay? And when I multiply cents, again, all I did was I multiplied 3,500 times 0.023 times 1. Okay? Here is my answer, $80.50, which isn't bad because all you did was you put $3,000 in the bank. After 1 year, you can take out more money than what you put in. Good deal, right? This would be the amount of money in the bank. This would be the interest. And this would be the balance after 1 year. That would be the balance after 1 year. Good deal. Anyway, that's some few ways that you can use percentages outside of the classroom. Very real world, definitely something that can help you be successful in life. I hope this helps.